Ça m'a lâché des mains, mon portable. La Juve, ils sont en train de se faire éliminer par le PSG. C'est Pong. Le Bayern, Benfica, Feyenoord, Real Madrid, Paris, Dortmund, Bruges. Et ça sera le PSG. Qui est flop de ce match? Gundogan, Marmoush, Foden, Ruben Dias, Ederson ou Vinicius? Il a pas fait un top match, mais ils ont gagné. Ils ont gagné, là. Du coup, ça sera pas Vinicius. Ils ont gagné. Le Real. Je vais mettre Foden parce que, non, mais c'est Foden, flop. Parce que sur le troisième but du Real, qui est top de cette rencontre? Logique, c'est Mbappé, peut-être. Logique, c'est Mbappé. Euh, Mais Asensio, défensivement, c'était au top de Asensio. Il est pro depuis novembre. Aux côtés de Rudiger, c'est lui. Alaba, Militao, Alaba est de retour. Militao blessé. Après, je sais pas, du Real, ils peuvent chipper. Ouais, ouais, Bruges ou Dortmund, c'est Bruges. J'espère que ça sera push pour Lille. Mais Barcola, il était souvent solitaire, Barcola. Il s'est fait recadrer par Luis Enrique, Barcola. Sur, ah oui, je préfère Leverkusen parce que Atlético Madrid, c'est dans le même championnat. Bah, en plus, de l'autre côté, il y a le Bayern, c'est mieux l'Atlético Madrid pour le Bayern. Et Leverkusen, c'est dans le même championnat.
Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some stats for Anthony Edwards.
And for an idea of where his offense is right now, take a look at his true shooting percentage decreasing over the last 5 games. He desperately needs to find his stroke tonight.
A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these
Merde,
bigs bring the size
ah, mais
and
c'est même pas,
skill. Who has more tools in
pas
their
de
toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Paul and Castle comprise the backcourt. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. And it's MP in at the 3, the small forward. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randle. Look, we could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Ball passes to MP. And the layup falls.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch, and when I brought up Chris Paul, Coach marveled at his leadership, saying he's a heck of a player and a natural-born leader. Few players in the history of the game have been able to command an offense and a locker room the way that CP has throughout his career. Coach has nothing but respect for the future Hall of Famer. B.A.?
Okay, thanks, Allie.
merde.
Well, Coach, Minnesota turning back the clock last year. Most of their lineups had multiple bigs.
Yeah, and we saw how effective it was, especially on defense. Minnesota led the league in defensive rating by a wide margin, and that length was a key factor.
On offense, here is San Antonio. It's a 5-point game. Last time they met in San Antonio.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
And they came away with the win last time in large part due to their depth. Great game from their bench.
To the paint. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Outside Edwards. Here's Randall. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 10-2 run here. Randall against Wembanyama. Sohan with a rebound.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Pushing it up now. Here's MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
There you go, MP. Hammer it home, young fella.
Minnesota leading by 6. Outside Edwards. McDaniels from long range. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. The Spurs have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And the basket by Castle.
Well, when the 3 ball is falling for Castle, he is extremely difficult to defend.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. The Spurs are great at drafting and developing, and in selecting Stephon Castle with the 4th overall pick. They've made a play on ups.
Je suis sorti. Oh mais je sors pas dans longtemps.
Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. McDaniels comes in for Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's Randall. He picked up 24 points in their last win against Houston.
And he played cat and mouse with the defense, baiting them into fouls, working himself to the line.
Minnesota again missing.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
To the inside. Here's MP. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. MP's got 6 points.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
Alexander Walker with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston.
Yeah, and you see this with a lot of great scores. When they're putting up big nights, a lot of times it's because they're making a lot of free throws.
Down low. Here's MP. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Give him 8.
And that's what happens when you let MP get positioning inside.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Alexander Walker. Reed for 3. The rebound by the Spurs. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
Always a tough atmosphere on the road. They were right in it, but just didn't make enough plays.
Yeah, they had their chances and put up a fight, but it's so hard to win close games on the road.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, you have to be some kind of threat from distance.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Zach Collins out there with Harrison Barnes. Then it's Trey Jones. Then it's Keldon Johnson. And it's MP in at the 2. Minnesota leading by 4. Stan, it feels like the hardest part of team building is getting a superstar. The Spurs have one.
Well, they sure do, B.A. San Antonio was retooling for a few years, and then they won that 2023 lottery and draft Victor Wembanyama, a superstar, and now it's about surrounding him with the right guys.
Count it.
Well, this is where Jones is at his best, distributing the basketball.
Here's Dillingham driving in. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start. Spurs trail by 4. Pass to Barnes. Now Johnson. Hey, expanding his range. Drops in the 3.
I love the confidence from Johnson. I want to see him continue taking these types of shots.
Here's Dillingham. 14 points for him last game against Houston. Up top, DiVincenzo. The rebound by the Spurs.
Yeah, tough to make those jumpers when you are guarded that closely.
MP finds Barnes. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the Rock inside and convert.
Ne perdez pas la balle lors des 4.
Here's Dillingham. He's got 5. And there's a defensive 3-second call. And He's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line. And he shows the focus there. Nails the team.
Non, je sors pas beaucoup. Premier carton, je suis sorti pendant pas longtemps.
For San Antonio, MP's checked in
Là,
for
je sors
Barnes.
plus
Castle
longtemps.
comes in for Johnson, and it's Paul in for Jones. And Minnesota with possession here. Back to Randall. 1:46 left in the second. And the shot goes. Randall's got 5 points.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
Here's MP. Work in the interior. MP.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Edwards looking it over. And Edwards slams it in.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Back to MP.
Allez,
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
The defense there doing whatever they can to
Ah,
protect
merde.
the rim.
That one misses. All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
MP, the pass
Mais
to
je
Paul.
voulais faire un one beam.
Back to MP. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's MP. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Randall. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Edwards, the pass to Randall. Hits the trifecta. Give him 8 points now.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with
Mais
confidence
non,
now.
mais j'ai tiré avant.
Minnesota will have it. 26 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside Edwards. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
And both free throws good for Edwards. So it's San Antonio now, trailing by 10. Wembanyama, pass to Paul. Shot to stop the run. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. So we conclude the first half. It's Minnesota. They're up by 10. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Some really interesting names here. So many great shooters in the league. That said, I know who I would pick. Shaq?
Trae
Shadama says you
course
picked the wrong guy, Kenny.
à 3 points. Trae.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Appreciate you joining us.
And if you just join it in, one half is in the books. One half to go. MP really making a difference here.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
MP left side. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And he's headed to the line for two. He gets the whistle there.
I like seeing Conley look for his shot because it puts defenses in compromising situations.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Cornet, ça peut être interdit en France.
Free throw drops for Conley. Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
And that's good as he hits both shots. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Here's MP. San Antonio again can't hit.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Well, Gobert with the 7'9" wingspan, making it look simple.
Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. And he's able to get it back. McDaniels can't hit.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
And so Paul will bring it up for the Spurs. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Count that bucket.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closely. Conley, he's open. The wide open shot is on the money. Conley's got 9 points. Spurs trail by 20. MP up top. From 8 feet. No good off the back of the rim.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. This one was a fun one to watch.
Just got to tighten up and get him next time. It's okay. They wanted it more. Get the popcorn ready. It's game time. What's up, MP?
Okay, MP, let's turn it around right here.
A Spurs team walking to the locker room earlier, determined to have a big night on their home floor. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. And despite having a generational talent in Wembanyama, Shams, the Spurs never skipping steps. They've got great detail to everything they do.
The Spurs draft and develop, that has been their calling card. San Antonio may not be a big free agent destination and magnet, but who knows, with Victor Wembanyama there, they are going to have the ability to attract players and potentially go after players in trades. They have a ton of capital assets, draft picks that they can trade. And Victor Wembanyama has the ability to be a generational star, like you said, Kevin, and players will eventually want to be.
Quickly, can you even go back to a time when they've added Wembanyama, they've added Lively in Dallas, the Thunder's Chet Holmgren, what he did as a rookie? These young bigs have been sensational to watch. The size that the league has added has been off the charts.
And the center position might just be back, but let's look at that 2023 NBA draft. Let's revisit
Oh, mais Wemby quand même.
6 years. That could be a draft that eventually will be regarded among the very best.
Well, we continue to monitor how this team fares against their rivals. You might remember MP has made it his mission to beat every rival team that crosses his path.
And I think MP's intention in setting that goal was really to motivate his teammates. And it might have had an adverse effect. They have really struggled to find success against their rivals. MP might want to keep his next goal a little more private. You know the phrase, don't poke the bear.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden. And it's Zubats in at the 5. Well, we talked about expansion. That has been floated around. We know that teams would have to realign. Shams, any ideas on which teams might have to shift with expansion in the East or West?
Certainly most of the potential expansion cities, the high-level ones, have been noted as teams in the West. Maybe you have a team out east that is in the West moving into the Eastern Conference. But the league could obviously surprise everyone with a different solution, maybe having one expansion team be an Eastern Conference team, one being the West. There's several options that Adam Silver and the NBA have.
I would think New Orleans would be one of those teams, right? Just where they are geographically. Memphis, those two teams are in the West, and I could see them maybe going east. Possible?
Certainly Minnesota and Memphis. Those are two teams that, to me, have an Eastern Conference feel.
Leonard inside, defended by Sohan.
And the wingspan of Wembanyama, massive. He's fantastic at using it to erase shots.
On the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting, Shams, what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new...
San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Collins checked in for Wembanyama. Johnson comes in for Sohan. MP's checked in for Castle. And Trey Jones subbed in for Paul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Zubac. Amir Coffey comes in for Powell. Porter's checked in for Dunn. And Bones Highland subbed in for James Harden.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And MP gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
Battling in the paint, MP not letting himself get pushed around.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Leonard. Shot to stop the run. And here's Jones, covered by Barnes. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Porter. Los Angeles with another miss.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
We've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's San Antonio up 5. And we'll be back with you for the start of the... And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Zach Collins is out there with Barnes. Then it's MP. Then it's Johnson. And it's Champagnie in at the point guard. That's the San Antonio 5. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys. MP in the last game against the Timberwolves, he made some excellent plays. He scored 14 points, and he added a few assists as he was able to set up his teammates for good looks. He performed really well, and I could see his role expanding if he continues to make that kind of impact, Kevin.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, he was sensational the other night, making play after play after play.
And that's what you want. Not only was the effort there, but how about the production as well?
Well, he can do a lot of different things, so he falls into these different roles. Which will it be tonight?
Highland passes to Jones. And a wide open look for Porter. His three-pointers off the mark.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. You know, knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best. Fifth, the Clippers.
It's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat. It's like when
For the Clippers, Norman Powell comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Harden in for Highland. For Los Angeles, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Here's MP. MP finishes inside.
Fantastic.
Marqué au moins 20 points, je suis à 12.
Them apart with their passing.
Here's Powell finding the lane.
Norman Powell is big and strong and stocky, so he gets in that gap. He's like a bowling ball. He can take a hit.
MP inside. Powell on him. MP no good. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Powell with the steal. Dunn looking over the floor. To the paint. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I like that hoop from Norman Powell. Shoot it close to the hoop. Forget the long range stuff. Make it easy on yourself.
And here comes Harden leading the fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Powell, the pass to Jones. Back to Powell. Here's Dunn. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Clippers lead by 3. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And welcome to halftime. With the All-Star festivities around the corner, here.
You know me, I'm a stickler for rating these competitions. If I've seen your dunk before, bad score.
Wow, you're a tough judge for a guy who never participated in the event.
I always wanted to watch it.
Now let's take a look at this San Antonio Spurs game, which has been very competitive.
Well, they're not settling for long jumpers. They're getting the ball into the paint. And you know I love that.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you know what? I played with Akeem, too. I liked it.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. MP really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Now you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Powell for three. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Back to MP. Powell with the steal. Done outside. Now Leonard. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. And the three off target.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Harden the pass to Leonard. Down low. And the dunk by Powell.
And how about Powell to the people as Norman gets up for a loud 2 points.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants to talk to his guys. Now the rookie rankings. Who's in the running for the Rookie of the Year here at the midway point of the season? Some terrific young talent in the NBA. You look at Castle, there hasn't been many times where he's played like a rookie as he's come in and done whatever is asked of him. That's why he's our number 5.
And at number 5 in the rankings, it wouldn't be out of the question for him to make a run at that top spot here in the last half of the season.
Not at all. His talent is right on par with any of those guys ahead of him right now in the rookie rankings.
Free throw, no good for MP.
You should see MP here a lot with how physical he plays the game.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Here's MP. Misses in close.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Leonard, no luck.
And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. To the inside. MP passes to Wembanyama. Love the confidence from Wembanyama.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Powell kicks to Zubats. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Harden's shot is off. San Antonio's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. MP, no good. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Inside, here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, one of these monster nights from James Harden.
Spurs trail by 3. Brent, we know that James Harden has won 3 consecutive scoring titles in his past. But now, he really has worked on his game and changed his game to a degree.
Well, that's true, Kevin. Also, the system around him has changed. I mean, what they leaned into in Houston for James Harden to become an offense unto himself was unique at the time. James is a little bit older. He's playing with a different set of players that bring their own skill sets, but he's much more of a passer. He led the league in assists in 2023.
guess we'll go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Derek Jones. Powell, he's checked in for Amir Coffey. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Highland. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here's MP. Oh, MP makes it look easy.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Clippers leading by 3. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. And it's MP in at the small forward position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Harden draws the double. Dunn passes to Leonard. Leonard full speed ahead. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
You know, Brent, throughout his career, Kawhi Leonard has always been sensational on both ends of the floor.
It's a great point, Kevin, and it's sort of making me think about history. You know how history can sometimes be boring, but it's something you should study. Kawhi Leonard is that kind of player. Young guys should be studying what Kawhi represents in terms of his two-way prowess, dominating on the offensive end, and just a menace on defense. So, kids, history is important. Study Kawhi Leonard.
And MP throws it down.
More points for MP, and you just think about the possibilities of this young player moving forward. He is something.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Leonard looking over the floor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Powell. Nails the wide-open jump shot. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. 7-point differential. Spurs passing it around. Second shot opportunity, and he connects with the jumper. MP's got 26 points.
MP showing no fear and delivering for his squad.
Pass to Powell. There's the drive and the dunk by Powell.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
To the middle, Powell with the steal. 1:31 left to play here in the fourth. Outside Leonard. Now here's Powell. Tipped away. A solo fast break. Here's Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
The quick hands of MP creating the break there with the steal.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Here's Leonard. Rebound by Sohan.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
A nice shot by MP.
And these are the moments he's worked for. MP delivering down the stretch.
Los Angeles leading by 3. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on James Harden.
All eyes on MP.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And here we go. Fast break. Powell's got it. Wants to get it to Dunn and does. Count it.
It felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
And it's the Spurs ball. Pass to Castle. Back to MP. A second chance effort. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Outside Leonard. 15 seconds left in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Harden. There's the three. Hits it from three-point range. And the Clippers lead by 6.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Nails the tray.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Harden, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and look for some misses.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Par rapport à la vraie vie, il est nul.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
Paul for three. No good. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Well, I knew we weren't going undefeated for the rest of the season. Some nights, the shots don't fall.